35-0. Wow. Reception and the return for the touchdown, and Christopher ZR is getting plenty of practice tonight on their kickoff team. 35-0. Christopher ZR leads. Here's the kick, a good one this time. Goes down to Oregon, who takes the ball at about the 8-yard line and brings it up past the 15. And that's where he's going to be hit and pulled down, about the 15-yard line. For McCleansboro, the score here, 35-0. And we can also tell you that Christopher's defense is responsible for 2 of the touchdowns. McCleansboro try to dig themselves out of a hole with 1:45 and going. Here's a handoff straight up the middle. And a big hole that time for Karcher. He'll pick up about... Ball will be at the 33-yard line with 1:20 to go. And McCleansboro trying to get something going here late in the first half. Belangi turns around with some final instructions to his backfield, Boyd. And can't tell the numbers from this side of the field. We'll check that in the other back. Now Boyd goes in motion. Belangi drops straight back, starts the pass, now throws it up over the middle. It is caught! And what a catch by number 34. Minute left to go in the first half. What a catch that time by Downen. Belangi drops back under some pressure from behind. Gilbert's got him. Steve Gilbert's got him. The ball comes loose, but the referee blows the whistle. And mercifully, the ball is down, so it will stay with McCleansboro. That resulted in touchdowns for the McCleansboro offense. With 17 seconds to go, let's see if they put it up in the air. Rolling out to the right side, and now a pitch to number 43, Boyd. He'll bring it up to almost the original line of scrimmage, and that's about it. He'll pick up about 6 yards, and that's about it for this first half. 6 seconds on the clock, and a timeout by McCleansboro, and we've just lost power. I think we know that's the score in favor of Christopher, but right now, the right side of the press box and the scoreboard, and even the 3rd down and 8. And let's see what happens. Last play of the first half, it looks like. Belangi, the quarterback, with 1 back in the backfield, 2 wide receivers, wide to the left and right. And just like the rest of the game, we have a sack in the backfield by number 23, Mike Bramblett. The ball came loose immediately.
Melanie Jackson, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Kevin Jackson.
ball game maybe quickly, but it's going to take an uphill climb for the Foxes to come back against these Bearcats. They lead at 35-0 to the Christopher Bearcats, and here's the first kick of our second half. And driving back to about the 4-yard line is Oregon. He fakes the reverse and now brings it out to about the 11-yard line. That's where he's hit and down, and that's where McCleansboro will take over at the 11-yard line. They're only 11, trailing 35-0. Actually talk, but now I'm not being mean here. That's just the way sometimes it happens, and that's the way it is tonight. The clock is running with 11:30 and counting, and Belangi is the quarterback, hands it off up the middle to the first back through for Karcher, the first man to carry the ball in this second half for McCleansboro. He picks up 4 yards on the run. Going to bring up second. It has been all Christopher tonight. The Bearcats racking up touchdowns of 11 yards, an 11-yard run by Garrett Janello, a 34-yard run by Garrett Janello, a 9-yard run by Mike Bramlett, and 2 turnovers, a 44-yard fumble recovery and a return for a touchdown. As now the McCleansboro Foxes come up with a close to a first down. John Boyd is 10. Belangi still the quarterback. He'll take the snap. He sends Boyd in motion. He turns and hands it to Boyd, who comes through the right side. He's being grabbed and finally hauled down at about the 30, let's call it the 29-yard line. Second down and 5. Under 10 minutes to go in the third quarter. McCleansboro rolling. They've got a reverse going, and here comes up the middle looks like number 42 for the McCleansboro Foxes. First down, the ball at 49-yard line. 9:18 to go in this third quarter. Belangi, the quarterback again, walks up, barking out a few instructions to the flanker, who's wide to the left. Now he'll turn and pitch it out. Looks like they're thinking about the halfback option, but Boyd's hitting the backfield and brought down. Going to be about a yard loss on the play. It almost looked second down and 11. Here's the snap. Belangi turns around, pitches it to Boyd to the right side. He's trying to turn the corner, gets a block. He doesn't quite get the block, and a flag is thrown, and I think that's going to be a hold. I think it's going to be a hold, and now a flag thrown at the end of the play. What would have been almost a first down is now a second down and 26, the first penalty of the night, and a costly one for McCleansboro. Here's Belangi handing off to Boyd, who picks up some big yardage, comes out to about the 44-yard line, and that's where he stopped and hauled down. And they're now in operation and moving with a 7:45 count. And a little confusion on the sides here as to how much time is actually in this ball game. Here's the pitch now, and it's a drop pass or a drop ball out in the field. Is it going to be a turnover for McCleansboro? They tried to pitch it wide to Karcher. Karcher never did get his hands on it, but I think he finally did. Christopher ZR will get the ball for the first time here on offense. McCleansboro coming up with some early action on offense, but couldn't get it going late in the drive. And now they're going to try to punt it. Calling the defense to do some work. Here's Boyd with the punt. A fair catch called for and made by Jared Freeman at about the 42. And let's see who's going to be the quarterback for the Christopher ZR Bearcats. It looks like we're going to see a brand new quarterback here. That is number 7, Jason Hobbs. He'll turn and give it off to the second man through. And let's see who that was. That would be across the field, and where the officials stood were completely different. Now they set the ball on the 46-yard line, or making the 41-yard line, and it'll be second down and 11, so a loss of a yard from Fletcher. They turn and pitch it to Janello, who's trying to turn the corner. He does turn the corner. He's got 5. He's got it out to maybe a first down. It's going to be close to a first down. And Garrett Janello turns the corner and has run out of bounds. And a first down, as the official doesn't even ask for the change. He just motions the first down, so a pickup of about 10 yards for Garrett Janello. That'll unofficially put him at about 62 yards. So we may have 2 100-yard games tonight out of the backfield for Christopher ZR. And keep in mind, Mike Fletcher has carried the ball twice tonight. That's all. And he has a grand total of 5 yards rushing. They just haven't needed him as much as they normally do. They haven't given him the ball a whole lot. Now a turn and a handoff to number 23, I believe that's Bramlett. And Bramlett will take it up about 5 yards. So Bramlett's first carry of the second half, and that's 5 yards. Unofficially about 112 yards for Mike Bramlett in this ball game. Second down, let's call it a long 4. Just over 5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 35-0, Christopher ZR. Hobbs is the quarterback. Nothing wrong with Danny Monte. They're just getting Hobbs some playing time, and now they turn and pitch it back. And let's call it a pickup of 2. It'll be third down and 2. Third down and 2. 4:40 to go and counting. Christopher ZR. Jason Hobbs, the junior at quarterback. Full house backfield. Burke is in there as well. Hobbs turns, pitches it to Bramlett, who tries to turn the corner on the left side. He's hit, and he fights his way up for the first down. Down to about the 35-yard line of the McCleansboro Foxes. Here's the snap. Hobbs, the quarterback still, turns. He hands it to Janello, who's hit in the backfield and brought down. 7 of them. 7 did a good job and go right on. It'll bring up second down and 12, as Janello lost 2 yards on that. Hobbs, the quarterback, with Burke, Janello, and Bramlett in the backfield. He rolls out. He wants to throw the ball. Rolls to the right. He's being pursued. Throws it across to Janello, who catches it and is hit and brought down. So Garrett Janello has the catch. He had to wait for the catch to get for the ball to get there. Once he caught it, he tried to turn upfield, and he was hit and brought down immediately by the McCleansboro defense. And it'll bring up third down. Pick up that time of about 5 yards. Going to bring up third down at 7. Under 3 minutes to go here in this third quarter. And the third quarter is going by quickly. 3rd and 7. Christopher ZR on offense. Hobbs is the quarterback. Janello, Bramlett, and Burke in the backfield. They turn. They pitch it left to Bramlett, who tries to turn the corner. Now brings it back up the middle. He's hit, and he may be short of the first down. I think he's going to be short. And Christopher ZR is going to go for it on 4th down. The ball is at about the 26-yard line. 4th down at about 2. Here's Hobbs pitching it right side to Janello, who finds a hole, but he's hit and knocked down. And a good tackle. And Garrett Janello got hit pretty hard in the knee area, but he's up and he's walking off. I think he's more aggravated that he just didn't get through that hole and get the first down. I think it's going to be short. Going to the left. And the back, Garrett Janello, moving to the right. The pitch back to him, and it looked like he was there, but a great open field tackle that time. I believe it was by Jason Organ, who's now on offense with Belangi, the quarterback for McCleansboro. They give it to Boyd. Boyd's running it up the gut. He's going to pick up about 8 yards, maybe not. Second down and 1 for McCleansboro. They turn. They hand it off to Boyd, who brings it up. He's got the first down and a few more yards. And also some help there from Karcher and Oregon. Belangi is the quarterback. 15 seconds to go in this third quarter. Probably the last play of the third. They turn and pitch it to Boyd, who's in motion around the left side, trying to turn the corner. Can't quite get around the corner, and finally is hauled down by number 44, Aaron Eubanks. Aaron Eubanks fought off his blocker and just stayed with it and finished the first half, or the third quarter on the side of the field that they're standing now, and both teams kind of confused as to which way they're going. But we are right in saying that McCleansboro is now going from our left to our right. And we just heard that ticket number 288 just won $58, which is nice to know. I know I don't have it, and that's all I know about number 288, the ticket. Second down at 7 for McCleansboro. 2 backs in the backfield. They give it to Boyd, who's the first back through, who finds a hole and goes up and gets the first down. Somebody just came up with $58 in the 50-50 drawing, and I know it wasn't me. And so I don't know any more than that. First down and 10, though, for McCleansboro on the Christopher side of the ball field. They're at the 43-yard line of Christopher. And Belangi hands it off to Boyd, who breaks a tackle and takes it down. Skills. And those aren't very good. I did go to college, though, in case you're wondering. 35-yard line, second down and 3. And they give the ball to Boyd again, who's got the first down, and a few more. There's been one substitution. That is the quarterback, Jason Hobbs. Hobbs coming in to get a few snaps. Danny Monte finished the night. Looks like he'll play a little defense once in a while, but not much on offense from here on out. And on a first down and 10 play, they give the ball to guess who? John Boyd. He'll pick up maybe a yard, maybe 2. Having a pretty good night on the field on the rushing totals, that is. 10-10 to go in this ball game. Glad you could join us for high school football tonight. Here's a pitch left side now to Boyd. He's going to try to run it around the corner. He gets around the corner and goes out of bounds. And he's down again. He took it hard when he hit the ground again. And now we have another. Mark the ball on about the 20-yard line of Christopher ZR, McCleansboro, with Belangi taking the snap, turns, and he hands it off. And that was kind of a busted play. It didn't go anywhere. And number 36, Aaron Julie. The play looked like it almost was a little bit busted up, as though it didn't quite go like it should. It'll bring up 4th down and 4. In fact, Julian lost a couple of yards there. Now the point after good there. Right now, though, it's 4th down and 4 for McCleansboro. They turn and give it to the second back through is Karcher, and I think he got the first down. It looks like he got well. Mark the ball at the 16-yard line. And McCleansboro with a good offensive drive going here. Belangi turns. He's wanting to throw it, but he's hitting the backfield and pulled down. Nice defensive play that time by Mr. Gilbert. Let's see what happens here in the next 8 minutes, 23 seconds. 2nd and 14 for McCleansboro. Ball down at about the 20-yard line, almost 19-yard line. They give it to Boyd. He turns the right side. He's got a big hole, and he's hit and finally brought down by Shapkov, but he'll get down to about that time to just about the 6, almost the 5 for a first down. Clock is stopped until the ball is snapped. Belangi turns, and he hands it to Karcher, who moves forward. Let's see what he got as far as yardage. Got 3 yards for Karcher, and make it 1st and goal from the 4-yard line. 7:44 to go in this ball game. Caleb Shapkov, another tackle tonight, and also Kevin Gray on the tackle that time, but it's a 1st down and goal as Mike Belangi brings him up to the line. He's got in the backfield with him number 36, Aaron Julian, and of course, Mr. Boyd. He turns and hands it to Boyd, who runs it up the gut and into the end zone for a touchdown. Here in this ball game. 35-6. Let's see what the point after attempt looks like. They're going to go for the 2. Going to go for the 2. Again, Karcher in the backfield along with Julian. They send Boyd wide to the left, almost as a receiver now. And Belangi drops back, throws it into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good. It's caught. And the 2-point conversion was good to number 34, Jeremy Downen. And that gets the McCleansboro Foxes on the board. Here comes the kick. It's a good kick down the middle. Picked up by Garrett Janello at about his own 6. He'll bring it straight up the gut again. He's got some good return yardage there and brings it out and finally is pulled down and tackled. The ball comes loose, but I think they're going to call it down at the 30-yard line. So Garrett Janello brings it from the 6 up to his own 30, and that's where the Christopher Bearcats will take over 1st and 10. 8 plays, 4-yard touchdown run for John Boyd, and the McCleansboro Foxes are on the board. 35-8, the 2-point conversion was good, by the way. Eubanks in the backfield along with number 45. We'll have to check the number on that again. That's not 45, but a handoff up the middle. Also in the backfield there was number 49, Mike Nikes, who was a 5'10", 161-pound senior. Hobbs turns, hands it off. Now a fumble. Ball is down on the ground. Who's got it back? So they did not pick up any yardage on that. It'll be 3rd down and 10. In fact, they lost a yard. 5:44 to go in this ball game. 3rd down and 10. Ball game almost 2 hours old right now. Quick high school football game. Park is in motion to the right. They turn and they give it off to the second back through, who is not going down, but here comes the ball. The ball pops out, and I think Christopher ZR got it back. Bramblett had it. He picked up about 5 yards, but he fumbled it. It rolled forward, and maybe enough for a 1st down. Boy, when it rains, it pours, huh? Yeah, it's going to be a 1st down. Oh, I tried to jump on it, but by that time, a couple of Christopher offensive linemen had got down there and jumped on the ball to recover it. So it'll be 1st and 10 with 5 minutes and counting. Hobbs turns around, hands it off to the second back through, which is number 49, Mike Nikes, or Nikes, that is. 2nd and 9, Hobbs the quarterback. Burt, Janello, And Eubanks in the backfield, and the ball is fumbled and recovered by McCleansboro. A couple of times on this drive. First and 10 McCleansboro. They're going to try to put some more points on the board. And now a timeout. 3, 2, 1. Back to action here at Christopher ZR, where the McCleansboro Foxes will take over first and 10. The ball at about the 42, almost the 43-yard line of Christopher. They give it to the second back through Boyd, and he picks up some good yardage. Melangi still the quarterback. Boyd in the backfield. In motion is Karcher to the left. They turn and give it to Boyd. A little misdirection. He turns the corner and he's gone. John Boyd is gone for a touchdown. Touchdown McCleansboro from the 32-yard line. John. You look at what happened on defense to McCleansboro. And now they go for the two-point conversion. Melangi turns and pitches it back to Karcher, who rolls to the left side. He's going to try to make it into the end zone. He does. Touchdown. Two-point conversion is good to go in this ball game. The Bearcats have given up 16 points here in this second half. We're going to take a timeout. Back with more high school football on homecoming night at Christopher ZR on WFRX. 1. Second touchdown of the night for John Boyd was a big one, a 34, making a 32-yard run for John Boyd, number 43. Who is a 5'9", 155-pound senior. Kick is straight away. I thought maybe we might see a little onside kick, but they're going to go with it straight away at the 5-yard line. Garrett Janello takes it, turns it to the outside. He's got himself a hole, but now he's caught and brought down. But it's still another good return for Garrett Janello up to a 36-yard line. And that's where Christopher will take over first down and 10 from their own 36 with 3:19 to go in this ball game. He's in the night, so not a very penalized game. A lot of offense from the Christopher ZR Bearcats in the first half. Some offense coming back from McCleansboro here in the second half. Hobbs is the quarterback for Christopher ZR. He'll hand it off up the middle. And it looks like Fletcher looks like he's probably done for the evening. I don't think we'll see him. Eubanks in the backfield along with Park. And number 49, Nike. Hobbs turns and pitches it right side to Eubanks, who turns the corner and picks up a couple of yards and works his way close to a first down. Nice second and even third effort from Aaron Eubanks, rushing on the evening. Third down and less than a yard for Christopher ZR, 1:40 to go. They turn and they hand it off up the middle. Kind of a busted play. I don't think they got it. That time Hobbs turned back because of the 35-16 score with 1:10 to go in the ball game. They'd just be arguing about something that really didn't affect the outcome of the game. A minute left to go in this ball game. 35-16. The defense up to the line. And now we're going to see a great defensive play and a fumble, and it's picked up by Oregon. He's going to run it in for a touchdown, I believe. The only man that could catch him is Nikes. He will not catch him, and it's a touchdown for McCleansboro. So picking up a page of the Christopher ZR Bearcats and running it from the 44-yard line all the way back to the end zone was number 85, Jason Oregon.
Look at that case down there.
Jason Oregon with a fumble recovery and run into the end zone. It's 35-22 with 45 seconds left to go in this ball game. I bet we see an onside kick this time. One play defensively, 85. Jason Oregon takes it 44 yards for a touchdown. And here goes the two-point conversion attempt. Melangi is the quarterback. In motion is Karcher to the left. They turn, they pitch it to Boyd, who's trying to turn the corner. I think he did. He did, and he got it in the end zone. It's 35-24. Is good. And with 45 seconds left to go, the score looks a lot different than it did at the end of the first half. It's now 35-24. Christopher ZR still leads. And let's see who they put up on the front there. Christopher ZR still not putting a lot of hands people up there, maybe a few, but not a lot. Let's see what happens. Here goes the kick. It's a straightaway kick. No onside kick, so they're playing it straight away, and Garrett Janello takes it at his 8. He runs it to the left side, now back up the middle. He's finding a hole. He's got a hole, and he's hauled down at the 49-yard line, and Garrett Janello was one broken tackle away from running that ball back some 90 yards for a touchdown. But they're going to mark it at about the 49-yard line of the Christopher ZR Bearcats, first and 10. And with 37 seconds left to go, and McCleansboro, I believe, has no timeouts left, that's about all she's going to write for tonight. So it looks like our score is going to be, barring a miracle here, 35-24. and the clock starts to move. 25 seconds and counting to go in this ball game. I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tonight's football game. I'd like to thank you for listening to this football game, and congratulations to both teams for putting really on an interesting ball game, as Hobbs will now go back, put his knee down, and that's about going to do it. 7 seconds, 6, 5. This ball game is going into the history books, and it will go into the books as a 35-24 win for the Christopher ZR Bearcats. Our final score once again, Christopher ZR 35, McCleansboro 24. We are back with some final thoughts.
Season of football, parity-wise, I've seen.
I'll tell you what, a great ball game tonight in Herrin, and unfortunately for Harrisburg Bulldog fans, the Bulldogs are no longer among the area's unbeaten teams. The Bulldogs fell victim to a Tiger attack tonight in Herrin. The Tigers celebrating homecoming tonight, and they showed early that they wanted to celebrate tonight with a victory, and a big victory at that. Todd Gosha blasts over for the first score of the game, giving Herrin an early 6-0 lead, and then the Tiger defense would step up. Bulldog quarterback Eric Glass is hit as he releases the ball, and Todd Gosha comes away with a pick. He picks up some blocking and takes it all the way for the touchdown, and a 12-0 Tigers lead. The Tigers hitting on every phase of the game tonight. This is Rudy Kellum on the punt return, and watch him fly untouched for the score. 20-0 Tigers at halftime. Herrin goes on to win it by a score of 27-8.
Well, I feel great right now, you know, because the kids came together and played a ball game that we're capable of playing, and a great effort.
One with the loss, 3-1 in conference play. Herrin stays alive for a playoff spot with a record of 4-3.
Well, playoff hopes on the line tonight in Benton as well. The Rangers and the West Frankfort Redbirds both coming in tonight's game with 4-2 records. And Jeff Roper's squad had the early 7-6 lead until he watched Doug Giacone bowl in from 3 out. The Redbirds went ahead 12-7, only to see Benton fire right back using the arm of Jason Kern and the catching ability of Rob Clondy. The seniors hooked up to give the host an apparent 13-12 halftime lead. But West Frankfort on Benton's 46, and they sneak in a final first-half score using a screen. Giacone somehow emerges from the pack and goes to 46, needed to put the Redbirds ahead 18-13 in a great first half. West Frankfort then held, moving to 4-0, alone in first place atop the Ohio Valley Division of the River to River Conference. Benton falls to 4-3, 1-3 in the Ohio. Also tonight in the River to Rivers Ohio Division, Murfreesboro beat Massac County 21-14.
The DuQuoin Indians